Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Well, thank you very much for joining. First of all, wishing everybody a very, very happy Shri Govardhan Puja. Today is a very, very nice occasion, and I'm considering myself very, very fortunate to be discussing the pastimes of Lord Krishna, especially the Damodar Leela, on the most auspicious day of Shri Govardhan Puja. Welcome to the second session of this Damodar Leela seminar. And the title for today's discussion is, why did Mother Yashoda stop feeding Lord Krishna? But before we begin, I would like to offer this session for the pleasure of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, all my teachers, the Guru Parampara, Lord Chaitanya, and ultimately Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. And I would like to seek their blessings by chanting the pranam mantras. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langhayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Bande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. So we are very, very happy to welcome all of you to the second session. In the first session, we saw why did Mother Yashoda personally churn the butter for Lord Krishna. Primarily, we discussed from the 10th canto, chapter 9, the first two shlokas. And then we went into full detail why she was personally churning the butter. We understood that in order to satisfy Krishna, thinking that maid servants, the butter which they are making, they are not very expert at making it. In order to give her love to Krishna in the form of her butter, and in order to stop Krishna from going to other houses to steal butter, these were some of the reasons why we saw, in brief, why Mother Yashoda wanted to personally churn butter for Lord Krishna. We also saw the reasons why Lord Krishna was going to different houses. And then finally, we understood that Lord Krishna, we understood the topmost Vatsalya position of Mother Yashoda, and we understood how much she was Krishna conscious. She is Krishna conscious, engaging her body, mind, and words in the service of Krishna. Although she is with Krishna in the Nanda Bhavan, Krishna is sleeping in some other room, but she is already feeling separation from Lord Krishna, and therefore, Yani Yani Hagitani Tadbal Charitani Cha. She was singing so many songs and trying to feel the presence of Krishna. In this way, we understood how much Mother Yashoda loved Krishna, and in order to love him more and also teach him some lessons as a prince, she was personally churning the butter for Lord Krishna. Now, as she was personally churning the butter, Shukdev Goswami describes her beauty. This is the third verse of the 9th chapter of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Shaumam vasah prithukatitate bibhrati sutranadham putra snehas snudakucha yugam jatakampam cha shubhruhu rajvakarsha shramabhuja chalat kankano kundale cha swinnam vaktram kabara vigalan malati nirmamantha. So this verse talks about the beauty of Mother Yashoda. Shaumam vasah prithukate tati bibhrati sutranadham. Shaumam vasam. So Mother Yashoda was dressed in a saffron yellow sari with a belt tied around her waist. And then she was pulling on the churning rope, laboring hard. And we also saw in the previous discussion that how her bangles were making noise as a kartal and the stick was sounding like a mridanga. But along with that, along with the bangles, her earrings were also moving and her whole body was shaking. Now, so much to be learned from this. It was around 3:30 in the morning. Mother Yashoda was the queen. Please take note that before entering the kitchen, she had a bath. And then she didn't just enter in casuals, wearing the night dress or wearing some other kind of casual. She took a bath, she put on fresh clothes, and then she entered the kitchen, and then she started cooking for Krishna. So through this behavior of Mother Yashoda, through her behavior, she has set the standard of how we should cook for the Lord. Getting up right from the bed and getting inside the kitchen and cooking something for the Lord is not the ideal thing to do. Just like when we go to worship the Lord, we have a well-defined standard of cleanliness, we have a well-defined attire. Similarly, when we go to cook for the Lord, everything has to be done with a lot of carefulness. And this carelessness will lead to it's not recommended, basically. Mother Yashoda has told through her behavior. I mean, she is the mother of a child who is still feeding on her breast milk. She has all the excuses to not get up early or not be so clean, but she's not doing that. She has her son, Lord Krishna, is asleep, and she is having bath, putting on a fresh saffron yellow sari, decorating her properly. She's not just putting a sari, she's putting on all the ornaments properly, the earrings and the waist belt and everything she has done properly, bangles, earrings. And then putra sneha snutak kucha yugam jatakam pahasa subhruhu. Because of intense love, putra sneha, because of intense love for her child, Lord Krishna, enormous amount of milk was already flowing out, overflowing from her breast. And then the Bhagavatam describes her face was very beautiful with its eyebrows. She was very animated in her expression, even while serving Krishna, which shows that she was really loving her service to Krishna. We saw in the previous session that she had, appointed all the other servants of the house in other places. So practically she was doing this Nirmamantha Swayam Dadhi. She was churning the butter out of this yogurt almost all by herself, and there was no one to see her. But even in the absence of anyone, not with a desire to show anyone, she was relishing her service so much that her face was looking very beautiful with the eyebrows animated with love for Krishna. And she was, because she was laboring hard, so there was some small pearl-like droplets of perspiration. And the malati flowers, I forgot to mention that when she got up in the morning, before entering the kitchen, she also decorated her hair with some malati flowers. So the malati flowers which were on the hair, on the head of Mother Yashoda, they were one by one falling down. Now, as we discussed in the previous session, everything in Vrindavan is conscious. Wherever the Lord is, the spiritual world resides there. And in the spiritual world, everything has a consciousness. The flower has a consciousness. The stick with which Mother Yashoda will chase Lord Krishna, we will hear about it in one of the future sessions, that also has a consciousness. The rope also has a consciousness. The wooden mortar to which Lord Krishna was bound also has consciousness. The milk which was being boiled for Krishna also has consciousness. So these Malti flowers, everything, all the paraphernalia which we see in the pastimes of the Lord, they are great personalities, great spiritually elevated personalities who are completely free of all the Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mad, Matsarya, and their heart is for Krishna in their service to Krishna. So these Malti flowers who were decorating the hair of Mother Yashoda, they were thinking Mother Yashoda is such a great devotee. We are not qualified to sit on her head. We should rather go and touch her feet. So with this consciousness, as Mother Yashoda was churning the butter, her body was shaking, bangles and earrings were shaking. She was very beautifully dressed. And small droplets of perspiration was there on her face. The Malti flowers started falling on the lotus feet of Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda, as we discussed, her mind, body, and words is completely engaged in Krishna's service. Point to be noted, I want to highlight this point at least twice in the seminar, that Mother Yashoda is the ultimate perfection of Vatsalya or parental affection for Krishna. There are many personalities who served as parents for Krishna in various incarnations of Krishna. We see Dashrath and Kaushalya when Krishna appeared as Lord Ram. We see Aditi and Kashyap when Krishna appeared as Vamandev. We see Devaki and Vasudev when Krishna appeared in Mathura. We see Nanda Baba. But amongst all of them, Mother Yashoda's love for Krishna is unparalleled. It cannot be compared. It is beyond comparison. She has the topmost parental affection for Krishna. So basically, she is the ideal for all Vatsalya devotees. Now, Krishna was sleeping in the next room. And whenever a sincere devotee like Mother Yashoda is rendering some service for Krishna with so much love and affection, the Lord can't wait to reciprocate. He immediately wants to reciprocate. He feels so happy. He really loves the labor of love which his devotees put for his pleasure. And so he immediately wants to reciprocate. So Krishna, although he never wakes up at 3:30 a.m. in the morning, but today he woke up because he could see that such nice, completely Krishna conscious service was going on by her mother. Now, Acharyas explain that Mother Yashoda's top priority in her life was service to Krishna. So she would never ever leave Krishna unattended. So when Krishna would wake up, generally he would always find Mother Yashoda next to him. Today, when he wakes up, he does not find Mother Yashoda next to him. So he's thinking, has my mother left me? Does she not love me anymore? Why is she neglecting me? Generally, when a child wakes up from sleep, the child is hungry. And the first thing which the child needs is milk. So Mother Yashoda always used to be there for Krishna to feed him. But today she was not there. So how? Krishna was thinking, how can she do something else? So therefore, in the next verse, the Bhagavatam says, Tam stanya kama asadya mathanatim jananim harihi grihitva dadhi manthanam nyasidhat pretim avahan. Stanya kam. So Lord Krishna became desirous of the milk of Mother Yashoda. So the translation goes, while Mother Yashoda was churning butter, Lord Krishna, desiring to drink the milk of her breast, appeared before her. And in order to increase her transcendental pleasure, please take note, why does Lord Krishna do the pastimes? To increase the transcendental pleasure of his devotees. He caught hold of the churning rod and began to prevent her from churning. Now, the Acharyas have done a lot of analysis on why did Lord Krishna stop this service. It was a great service. It was meant for Krishna. Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardhan. So he can understand the bhava of the topmost Vatsalya devotee, Mother Yashoda, who's trying to serve Krishna by making butter for Krishna in the most ideal way. Why does he want to stop that service now? So Krishna is thinking, see, why are all the services done? All the services are done to please Krishna, to get the audience of Krishna. Now here, Krishna is thinking, all karma, jnana, yoga and bhakti is meant for achieving me. I am personally standing in front of my mother. Her only job description should be to attend me. What kind of karma is she engaged in when I am personally standing in front of her? Why doesn't she give up everything and just, cater to me? So he immediately wanted to stop what Mother Yashoda was doing and get her attention back. Krishna is like that only. He's like an exclusive lover. He likes to get the attention back of his devotees back to him all the time. Krishna wants it. Krishna demands it. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita he says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. Abandon all varieties of religions and just surrender unto me, because this is the highest welfare of the Jivatma. The Jivatma cannot realize. The Jivatma may think, I have so many other things to do. But Krishna is telling that abandon all varieties of religions and just surrender to me. I shall give you freedom from all sinful reactions. Do not fear, do not have any doubt whether I can do it or not. Your ultimate welfare, savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adhokshaje. Amongst all the so-called dharmas which you have, the topmost dharma is to serve Krishna. So this is what Krishna consciousness is all about. And Mother Yashoda till date has been only exclusively devoted for Krishna. The only reason why she exists is to serve Krishna. All the love which she has invested in her son, Krishna. And now Krishna is saying that my mother is doing something else, so he wants to stop. Now, if Krishna would have caught hold of the hands or the legs, or the sari, or the hair, maybe Mother Yashoda would have continued the churning. But Krishna, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although he's just a 3-year-old child, he knows everything. He straight away went and caught hold of the churning rod. And he caught hold of it. Not only he got the attention of Mother Yashoda, but he also managed to stop the churning immediately. Srila Prabhupada comments in the Krishna book how Krishna shows extreme expertise while killing the demons. So this horse demon, when he comes to Vrindavan, so Krishna puts his hand into the mouth of the horse. And that is how the horses are controlled. So he knows everything. Even while killing the demons, he's showing his expertise, how to kill Arishtasura, how to kill Dhenukasura, how to kill Putana and everybody. He shows his all omniscience, that he knows everything. Similarly, when he wants to get the attention of his mother, he immediately holds the churning rod and stops that. And Mother Yashoda is appreciating it. Oh, my child has grown up. He is so nicely able to express his love and his hunger. And see, he's so intelligent. Whenever he saw me churning the butter from the yogurt, and he wants me to stop doing that and feed him, so immediately he is coming and holding the churning rod. Just see how intelligent my child has become. Like this, Mother Yashoda is thinking and feeling very impressed with Krishna, and her love for Krishna is increasing more and more and more. So that's why the verse says that in order to increase her transcendental pleasure, he caught hold of the churning rod and began to prevent her from churning. So in all circumstances, see, Mother Yashoda was doing a completely Krishna conscious work for Krishna, for desiring to please Krishna, and for Krishna. But in all circumstances, the will of Krishna always prevails. Krishna wanted her to stop it, and although Krishna was very pleased with what she was doing, that's why he immediately got up and came, but he wanted her to stop and feed him. So he immediately jumped into the laps of Mother Yashoda without any invitation and started drinking milk. Now, as I told in the previous verse, that Mother Yashoda, out of affection for her child, her body was constantly producing milk, and it was almost all the time overflowing only, out of love and affection for her child. So Krishna immediately jumped into the laps of her mother. You can well imagine, she's churning the butter. He stopped the churning. He jumped into the laps of the mother and immediately started drinking the milk without any invitation. Now just compare this to our, or I would like to compare it to my situation when I offer bhoga to Krishna. When a devotee or a practicing devotee or a sadhaka has to offer bhoga to Krishna, he has to chant so many mantras. He has to, do so many purification mudras to purify the bhoga, idam asanam, swagatam, this, that. And then the offering mantras of Guru, Gaurang, and Krishna have to be said along with the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then the curtain has to be closed. And then I'm offering the bhoga to the deity form of Krishna. And after some time, I have to ring a bell, tell the deity that, yes, I'm coming to take out the bhoga. And then we take out the bhoga. To offer the bhoga to the deity form of Krishna, a sadhaka has to undergo so many rules and regulations. But here, Mother Yashoda, she doesn't even need to invite Krishna. Just consider the greatness of Mother Yashoda. Krishna considers the lap of Mother Yashoda and the milk of Mother Yashoda and the love of Mother Yashoda and the whole existence of Mother Yashoda as his personal property. So this is the meaning of love. When there is a lot of shishtachar involved, intimacy is lost. But see how much Krishna loves. Now, Krishna is a perfect gentleman. He does not interfere in the life of his devotees much until the devotees give him that freedom. He is a perfect gentleman. Until we fully surrender to Krishna, Krishna will be very hesitant. He cannot put a gun on our forehead and say that I love you, so you also have to love me unconditionally, unmotivatedly, and uninterruptedly, because that's the nature of my love for you. Krishna can't say that. So he waits. He has been waiting for millions and billions of lifetimes. So I'm remembering of a very nice conversation between Gop Kumara and Lord Narayan. When the Gop Kumara reaches Vaikuntha and he meets Lord Narayan makes a statement that, oh my dear Gop Kumara, my fortune has risen, that now you have returned to my abode. For so many lifetimes you forgot me, but I never forgot you. I kept always remembering you, hoping that maybe this lifetime you'll think of me, maybe this lifetime you'll look towards me. I made all arrangements for you to comfortably stay. But you always forgot me and never acknowledged me. I was almost becoming hopeless. I transgressed the laws of nature, eternal laws of nature made by myself only. I transgressed them and gave you birth into various pious families and in the holy places like Govardhan, hoping maybe this lifetime you'll think of me. Then personally, I only became your spiritual master and came and guided you to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And now that you have come back, I'm feeling that my life has come back. Lord Narayan is speaking like this to Gop Kumara. So, Krishna loves us so much, but he does not interfere until we show the interest. But look at the behavior of Krishna in case of Mother Yashoda. He considers Mother Yashoda's lap and her all services as his personal property. He can interfere her, he can stop his service, he can drink milk whenever he wants, and he can do mischief whenever he wants with her. So we can just appreciate the glory of Mother Yashoda, the topmost Vatsalya devotee, Mother Yashoda. So, Mother Yashoda started feeding milk to Krishna. Now, Mother Yashoda, being the devotee of Krishna, is trying to serve Krishna as the mother of Krishna, and Lord Krishna, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, trying to serve Mother Yashoda as the son of Krishna, son of Mother Yashoda. A transcendental competition started between them, between the milk of Mother Yashoda and Krishna's hunger. The Acharyas explain that the pure, spiritual, uncontaminated, unconditional, uninterrupted love of Mother Yashoda was transformed into the milk, and the reciprocation of Krishna to serve his own devotee transformed into his hunger. And so a competition started. Now, there was no limit to which Mother Yashoda could love Krishna. So similarly, there was no limit to the amount of milk which was produced from the body of Mother Yashoda. And similarly, we know Lord Krishna, there is no limit to which he can reciprocate with his devotees. So there was no limit to which Lord Krishna was drinking the milk of Mother Yashoda. And so this milk drinking pastime went on for a long, long time. This is the transcendental competition. When Mother Yashoda is feeding the milk to Krishna, the smile on Krishna's face is increasing. Seeing the smile on Krishna's face, Mother Yashoda's milk is flowing more. And when more milk flows, Krishna smiles more. And when Krishna smiles more, then more milk flows. And when more milk flows, then Krishna smiles even more. So like this, a transcendental competition was going on between Bhakta and Bhagwan. And Mother Yashoda was completely absorbed in it. She could not think of anyone else or anything else at that moment. Her only reason for existence was to give 100% satisfaction to Krishna. And the only reason why Krishna was there in that moment with Mother Yashoda was to give 100% satisfaction to Mother Yashoda. So that was the glory of this transcendental competition. How much a devotee can love Krishna and how much can God or Krishna reciprocate, we are seeing in this transcendental pastime. The Acharyas explain that while drinking milk, Krishna has been compared to the Chataka birds. So Chataka bird is a kind of bird which only drinks the fresh raindrop which is falling from the sky. It does not drink water from lakes, ponds, rivers. It waits, it very painfully also waits for the rain to come. And apart from that rain, nothing else can satisfy these Chataka birds. So Krishna, while drinking the milk of Mother Yashoda, has been compared to a Chataka bird, and Mother Yashoda's milk has been compared to rain. Her love for her child was raining to her milk, and it was profuse quantity. We cannot even imagine. Do not judge it by human standards. This is Bhakta and Bhagwan trying to compete each other in service to each other. The devotee is trying to serve Krishna, and Krishna is trying to serve his devotee. And there is a competition that who can serve whom more. The Bhakta wants to serve the Bhagwan more, and Bhagwan wants to serve his devotee or reciprocate to the service of his devotee more. However, on this day, Krishna chose to accept defeat from his mother. Sometimes Krishna likes to be defeated by his own devotee. So, while drinking milk, Krishna's hunger was not getting satisfied, but still, once when Krishna was drinking the milk from Mother Yashoda, smilingly, he allowed a drop of milk looking like a most pristine crystal to roll out over his beautiful cheeks. Seeing that, the pleasure of Mother Yashoda expanded millions, billions, trillions, quadrillions. It cannot be put into mathematics. How many times she became happy, we cannot even describe. And seeing the happiness on the face of her devotee, although Krishna accepted defeat, but even while getting defeated, he actually became victorious in giving more happiness to his devotee than she could have ever experienced or had ever imagined before. However, when this beautiful competition was going on and the whole universe was submerged in ecstasy, seeing the purity of love of Mother Yashoda and the degree to which the Supreme Lord can give happiness to his devotee while reciprocating with them, something happens. Mother Yashoda hears the sound of something which was boiling in the kitchen. So if you remember from previous episode or from the previous session, Mother Yashoda was making butter out of a special milk called Padmagandha milk, which had this milk, Padmagandha milk had the flavor and the smell and the aroma of a pink lotus, Padmagandha, naturally. So these were the best cows eating the best possible grass, giving the best quality milk. Now, this Padmagandha milk had been kept for boiling in the kitchen. Now, as I told you, everything in Vrindavan has its own consciousness. The Padmagandha milk was very happy that I have been allocated to serve Krishna. Very soon after being boiled, I'll be made into yogurt, and then I'll be churned into butter by the hands of Mother Yashoda, and she will feed me to Krishna. So this milk had the consciousness of a devotee. But then when this milk feeding pastime went on for a very long time, the Padmagandha milk started thinking that Mother Yashoda, the topmost Vatsalya devotee, is feeding the Lord, and the Lord is reciprocating and giving her so much pleasure. What will happen to me now? The Lord will drink full stomach milk, and after that, he'll not care for me. He'll not drink me. I don't know what is my future. So, thinking like this, it thought that if I cannot be used in the service of the Lord, then what is the point of my existence? Why should I live? So, let me commit suicide. So, the milk started coming out of the vessel and started falling into the fire of devotion. And then, when it started falling into the fire of devotion, the sound came. And this sound caught the attention of Mother Yashoda. Now, Krishna was completely absorbed in reciprocating with Mother Yashoda, and Mother Yashoda was completely absorbed in serving and feeding Krishna. Something very strange happened. Mother Yashoda, in the midst of this service, she took away Krishna from her lap and she put him down on the floor and she ran into the kitchen to protect that Padmagandha milk. Now, this also has been analyzed very deeply by various acharyas in their various compositions. Why did Mother Yashoda do this? Just for a few liters of milk, she interrupted Krishna's pleasure. She interrupted her own unparalleled, never experienced before ecstasy. At least, if she really wanted to save that few liters of milk, she could have carried Krishna with her while he was drinking milk, and then she could have gone and seen in the kitchen what is happening. Why did she keep Krishna aside and then run? Point to be noted, no matter what Mother Yashoda does, we can never minimize the position of Mother Yashoda. She is the topmost Vatsalya devotee. We can never say that she cared less for Krishna or she loved Krishna little less, and so she left Krishna. She didn't care for Krishna. We can't make such statements. So, in fact, in the 20th verse of this chapter, Shukdev Goswami glorifies Mother Yashoda. Nenam virinchina bhavo na shrirapyanga samshraya prasadam lebhire gopi yattat prapa vimuktidat. Shukdev Goswami glorifies the position of Mother Yashoda by saying that neither Lord Brahma nor Lord Shiva, not even Mother Lakshmi, Nenam virinchi na bhavo na shrir apya anga samshraya. The kind of blessing, fortune, or the mercy which Mother Yashoda had got, that kind of mercy even Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and Mother Lakshmi also never got. So the translation goes as follows. Neither Lord Brahma nor Lord Shiva nor even the goddess of fortune Lakshmi, who is always the better half of the Supreme Lord, can obtain from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the deliverer from this material world, such mercy as Mother Yashoda received from Krishna. So this is the glorious position of Mother Yashoda. So no one should think that Mother Yashoda neglected Krishna and she left Krishna and ran away. So now comes the title discussion for today's session. The title for today's session is, why did Mother Yashoda stop feeding Krishna? Fasten your seatbelts to understand what could be the reasons. And these reasons are not coming from me. It's not my thought process or interpretation. I'm simply presenting to you what the Bhagavatam says and what the various acharyas have commented on these verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. So why did Mother Yashoda stop feeding Krishna? So sometimes, reason number one, sometimes even in the life of every devotee, there is a conflict between two services. We have a present service, and then we have a service which we have to do maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow or maybe in future. So sometimes the future service conflicts or clashes with the present service. So a devotee has to make some choice what service to do. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite. So Krishna gives the intelligence to the devotees who are lovingly engaged, nitya, satatam, constantly engaged in serving Krishna with love and affection. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. Those who are engaged in the service of Krishna with love and affection, Krishna gives them the intelligence to set the priorities while doing their service. So here, Krishna gave the intelligence to Mother Yashoda because Krishna wanted to do this pastime of Damodar Leela. So he only gave the intelligence to Mother Yashoda that you please put me down and go and save the Padmagandha milk. So, in a sense, Mother Yashoda didn't neglect Krishna. She only tried to serve Krishna in a better way by following the intelligence which Krishna gave her from within. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti. Another reason which the acharyas give is that this Padmagandha milk was also a devotee of Krishna and had a sincere desire to serve Krishna. And when it saw that probably I will not be utilized in the service of Krishna, so Mother Yashoda, so it started to commit suicide by falling into the fire of devotion. So Mother Yashoda thought that this milk also wants to serve Krishna. Why should it be deprived of its opportunity to serve Krishna? Just like I am trying to serve Krishna, the milk also wants to serve Krishna. So therefore, while she was serving Krishna, she left Krishna to save another devotee's service to Krishna. She left Krishna to save another devotee's life. This is the humility of Mother Yashoda. We see that Srimati Radharani also has this consciousness. She always presents and glorifies the service of other devotees to Krishna. So all pure devotees of Krishna, they want to engage all the devotees in the service of Krishna, and they want everybody to get the mercy of Krishna. So Mother Yashoda, being the mother of God, she had such a magnanimous heart that although she was completely absorbed in an ocean of ecstasy while serving Krishna, and Krishna was completely absorbed in reciprocating with her, she thought of the welfare of another devotee, that is the Padmagandha milk, who wanted to serve Krishna. And she thought that that milk also should get some service, should also get a fair chance to serve Krishna. So let me go and save that milk. Although when she went into the kitchen to save the milk, being a conscious entity, saw that, oh, Mother Yashoda has left Krishna and come and trying to save me. That is the greatness of Mother Yashoda. But I am so sinful because of my impatience in Krishna consciousness. Krishna's service got interrupted. So I'm very sinful. So I should now just keep quiet. I don't deserve to make noise. I don't deserve to speak. So by the time Mother Yashoda came into the kitchen, already the milk stopped overflowing and went back into the vessel. But then Mother Yashoda came and adjusted the situation. Mother Yashoda didn't tell Krishna that I'll never come back. She just took a brief pause, just change of priority for a few seconds or few minutes. Dadami buddhi yogam tam, based on the intelligence given by Krishna, and with a desire to save and engage another devotee in Krishna's service. She went there. That is reason number one and reason number two. Another very nice reason I found why Mother Yashoda stopped feeding Krishna. So the acharyas give various reasons. I'm giving three reasons, doesn't mean that there are only three reasons why Mother Yashoda did this. There are infinite reasons. Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta. If somebody says that I fully understand the Damodar Leela, suppose if I say that I have given a seminar on Damodar Leela and I have dissected the Damodar Leela into various parts and have gone into the depth of everything, reading the purports of Srila Prabhupada and also various, I know it the best. If I say like this, that means I don't even know the Damodar Leela. Nobody can claim that I understand the Damodar Leela or the Govardhan Leela to the fullest. Similarly, it is my ignorance or it is my limited capacity that I'm able to present only 3 reasons, whereas pure devotees will see that there are infinite reasons, or there are many, many reasons why Krishna does something and the pure devotees of Krishna do something. In fact, the only occupation of people in the spiritual world is to find out newer and newer aspects of Krishna and the activities of Krishna. Every day they rise just to see that, oh, my Krishna is like this also. Oh, the reason why Krishna did this yesterday is this. Next day they'll realize, oh, there is another reason. And then again they'll realize, oh, there was another reason. And Krishna can do this also. Oh, Krishna has this quality also. So the life of devotees in the spiritual world or the devotees of Krishna in this material world, their life is a never-ending adventure. See, Krishna is not a boring personality. He's a very, very adventurous, fun-loving person. And anybody who is with Krishna, they are always on their toes and their life is a thrilling experience. So reason number 3, presented by one of the acharyas, is another thought process which went in the mind of Mother Yashoda, because of which she stopped feeding Krishna and ran to save the Padmagandha milk. She thought that we are cowherds and my son is the prince of this cowherd community. And the main wealth of the cowherd community is the milk, yogurt, butter, and ghee. Everything which is there in Nanda Bhavan actually belongs to Krishna. He is the prince. Now, right now, Krishna is not advanced enough or big enough or mature enough to save his own property. One of the property of Krishna, the Padmagandha milk, is getting destroyed. Krishna's property is getting destroyed. And now Krishna is not mature enough to save his property right now. So let me go and save Krishna's property. After all, it's Krishna's wealth, and Krishna's wealth has to be saved. So in order to save Krishna's wealth, in order to save Krishna's interests, Mother Yashoda kept Krishna down and went to save the Padmagandha milk. Just like parents, sometimes in order to do ultimate welfare to their children or future welfare to their children, in present, sometimes they displease their children. They go against the desire of their children. So in the same way, Mother Yashoda, although Krishna wanted to completely get the attention of Mother Yashoda, still she left Lord Krishna and went to save the interests of Krishna and the wealth of Krishna, that is the Padmagandha milk. And all this she did with a lot of love and affection. She did not do it with a desire of neglecting Krishna or making Krishna sad. So this is the reasons, some of the reasons why did Mother Yashoda stop feeding milk to Lord Krishna. And with that, we conclude today's sessions. If there are any questions or comments, reflections, something which you would like to share or discuss more or highlight or take away, you can raise your hands and you can share. If there are any questions, comments, reflections. Okay. So if there are no reflections, I will quickly revise today's session, and I would leave all of you in a cliffhanger situation by telling you what we are going to discuss in the next session. So we started our discussion today by understanding the beauty of Mother Yashoda, how, or the culture of cooking for Krishna, how Mother Yashoda, although no one was seeing her, but she was at her best cleanliness and best consciousness, rather she was at a transcendental consciousness, She was very clean. She had bath. She put up proper clothes, proper ornaments, and then even flowers in her head, 3:30 a.m. in the morning. And then she went to cook for Krishna. And her bangles, earrings, everything was shaking. And her intense putra snehas nutak kucha yugam jat kampam cha subruhu. Her intense love for her son was making her body wet because of the overflowing of the milk, but still her eyebrows were very animated and small droplets of perspiration was there, and she was looking very beautiful. The Malti flowers were taking shelter of the lotus feet of Mother Yashoda, and she was completely absorbed in the service of Krishna through mind, bodies, and words. Krishna was sleeping in the next room. He wanted to reciprocate with Mother Yashoda, but he felt that why is Mother Yashoda giving attention to something else or someone else when I'm personally in front of her? Why is she engaged in some other kind of karma? So he immediately comes and stops the churning rod and gets the full attention of Mother Yashoda. And then, even without Mother Yashoda inviting him, he slips into the laps of Mother Yashoda and tries to drink milk. And then there is a transcendental competition between Mother Yashoda and Krishna. And Krishna attains victory by giving unexpected or unexperienced transcendental pleasure to Mother Yashoda by accepting defeat and by allowing a drop of milk to come out from his mouth while he was drinking the milk of Mother Yashoda. However, the Padmagandha milk, which was boiling in the kitchen, who was trying to serve Krishna as a devotee, felt sad and started boiling and falling into the fire. Mother Yashoda kept Krishna aside and went to save this Padmagandha milk. She stopped feeding Krishna. We understood that we also understood the supreme position of Mother Yashoda, how the kind of mercy which she has got from Lord Krishna, that kind of mercy even Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, or even Mother Lakshmi cannot even imagine to get. And then finally, we concluded today's session understanding few of the reasons which the Acharyas have helped us to understand why Mother Yashoda stopped feeding Krishna and went to save the Padmagandha milk. Reason number one, there was a conflict between two services. The present service was to feed Krishna, and the future service was to make butter for Krishna. So Krishna gave her the intelligence, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam, to go and save the future service for some time and then get back to the present service. The Padmagandha reason, that was reason number one. Reason number two, the Padmagandha milk was also a devotee and wanted to serve Krishna. And Mother Yashoda's humility was that she wanted to allow others also to serve Krishna. And she wanted to save another devotee and another devotee's service and engage them in the service of Krishna. And lastly, reason number three, milk is considered to be the property of cowherd people, or the wealth of cowherd people, and Krishna being the prince, Mother Yashoda thought is not fully mature enough to save his wealth. So let me protect the wealth or the interests of Krishna by saving that milk. So this is what we discussed today in brief. So in the next session, we will continue with this Damodar Leela pastime. Although Krishna inspired Mother Yashoda in one way to go and save the Padmagandha milk, but when she went away, why did Krishna become angry? Krishna was very pleased when he saw Mother Yashoda doing this activity, going and saving the Padmagandha milk, saving the wealth of Krishna, interests of Krishna. Although Krishna was very pleased internally, but externally he showed anger. So the next session we will discuss why did Lord Krishna become angry? And then when he became angry, what did he do? And how Mother Yashoda received those activities. All this we will discuss in the next session. Till then, thank you very much. Wishing all of you again a very, very happy, blissful, Krishna conscious Govardhan Puja. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama